Hello, everyone. Cassandra Good here, coming to you live from my home office here in Albany, Georgia. And I want to share something with you today that I think people are missing the boat on. And I don't want anybody, I mean literally anybody, to miss the boat on this. Now, people always ask me, Cassandra, what forms of marketing are you actually doing for our particular business model? Now, I'm going to tell you, I always say, because I have a passion for direct mail marketing, I'm doing postcards, I'm doing phone broadcasting, I'm doing, um, I'm doing some Facebook, but I'm not big on Facebook. I love the social media, I love engaging with people, but it's a little bit different for me because the background that I have, I'm usually directly in touch with someone, so I'm accustomed to that. I'm accustomed to being able to reach out and speak to someone, if you will, if you can understand what I'm saying, just a tad bit. So I want to touch on phone broadcasting today. Now, when I started using the phone broadcasting, I initially was using our CEO's information, which was Mr. Peter Wolfing's phone broadcasting system. It was a little tedious in the beginning for me, but I overcame some of the technical um, know-how that you're supposed to have for setting the whole system up. But ultimately, I ended up switching. And the only reason I ended up switching is because of the simplicity of how there was another service for phone broadcasting that we can actually utilize. And once it was set up, it's just a matter of going in, importing the list, and being able to push the button all over again and let a broadcast go out on your behalf. So we're going to go in here just a little bit. Okay, now guys, what you're seeing is I'm in something called greendialer.com. Now, if you're not familiar with this particular setup, greendialer.com is something that we've been introduced in our team setup. Okay, but it's still effective for anybody that really wants to get out there and market. So I'm definitely encouraging you guys to try this. The setup that we have is in our back office in our team site, and it is something that we can actually tap into and get started in a matter of at least. Now, if you're technically savvy and you're challenged, if you're savvy, it shouldn't take no more than 30 minutes, 35 minutes. But if you're technically challenged, it could take you upwards to about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because I went through this with someone else and it was just a little bit of over the head a little bit, but we did get through it with the team viewer setup. So that's a blessing. So I would like to start. So I want you to see how Green Dialer looks in the back office. So when people ask me, Cassandra, what are you actually using when it comes to phone broadcasting? And I'm going to tell you, this is the platform that I'm actually using to get my broadcast out. And also, I'm going to show you where I retrieve my actual recording so that I know who left a message, who am I to call back. Okay, so let's start. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and sign on in here like that. Gonna log in. I promise you the setup is so simple. As you can tell, I like I said, I just converted over to this one because before, like I was saying, I was using Peter Wolfing's setup. So this is actually my first run on Green Dialer. Now, let me say something first. There was nothing wrong with Peter's setup at all. But when I was trying to share it with other people in my team, I noticed there was some snags and some snares a little bit there, and they got a little bit frustrated with it, and they was like, "Oh, never mind, I'll just try something else." But I knew how effective phone broadcasting really, really is, so I didn't want them to lose the opportunity to be able to tap into a gold mine such as this. Okay, so as you can see, I ran a broadcast on Thursday. Now, let me make sure I clear something up for you. I do not run a phone broadcast every day of the week. I repeat, I do not run a phone broadcast every day of the week. I do choose peak times. And this is the same kind of behavior when it comes to sending out solo ads as well sometimes. So the days that I actually send out this, let me make sure because I am still learning this site. And it's funny, but I want you to see here. Now, the last 3 days, of course, as you notice the date, it was for Thursday. So I'm submitting so that you can actually see, go down here. This is actually what this run had generated. And these are the days to which I actually run my campaign. And it was the same over with Peter Wolfing's dialer as well. It's just a little different format, that's all. But the prime time times where people are not in a rush, they're not busy with family activities and all kinds of other mayhem that might be going on, is between 11 a.m., 4 p.m. Now, this for me is Eastern Standard Time, and that's usually the time zone that we're dealing with, okay? And it's flexible, regardless if someone is on Central or what have you. It's still a time that will not interrupt or irritate someone when they're actually maybe at home and they hear the phone ringing, okay? So these days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the days that I actually run my phone broadcast. Okay? Now, what this does is allow me to have plenty of time Friday and Saturday and also Thursday, because I usually do get in contact with the person that same day if I'm not swamped with other activities that I have going on for my business. But normally I can return the call that evening, and that is very imperative, guys, to make sure that you get back to the person as soon as you possibly can while it's fresh on their mind. You do not want a person to be looking at other opportunities or offers, and by the time you return a message, they have no clue, don't recollect exactly what they did, that they even left a message for you at all to even return a call. So let me dissect this just a little bit. I just want to just pinpoint a few things for you here. I want you to know this is the total that was on my dial list. I did not complete that dial list, okay? I just run a certain amount through the course of the day, just enough so that I can go back and call people and touch bases and start to build a rapport with them. Okay, so the total number that was successfully called was 1,360. Now, the total number of calls processed without success. Now, what this means is it could have been that the phone was busy, we ran into an answering machine, it was an invalid number. That does happen, whether it's disconnected or whatever. Party unavailable. All of these combined numbers, this is all broken up for you. All of these combined numbers will give you this total that is processed without success. So altogether, that's why I'm trying to let you know. I did not get in touch with 2,997, but successfully I was able to get through 1,360, which of 312 people actually answered the call. Okay? Then you had the no answers. As you can see there, this is a complete detailed script of what was what. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go into details how this whole green dollar sets up, but I just wanted to give those people that say, Cassandra, are you really using the phone broadcast system? Yes, I am. I just changed over to the green dollar because of the simplicity of it. Okay, now I'm going over here and show you the extension of this. So when people actually leave messages, this is called Simple Voice Box. Now, Simple Voice Box is where they leave their messages. Now, what I want you to understand is, even though there were over 1,000 calls made, 312 answered, it could be a combination of things. Those 312 answered, they might have had mood swings. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I can't read minds, and that's just the truth. But what I can tell you is that I got one sale of a $25 level. and a $50 level. And I'm supposed to get a return call from a young lady today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so that we can speak about how she would like to come in on all three levels. Okay? Now, this right here will allow you to be able to listen to your call. This right here, excuse me, is the greeting. If you've never heard this greeting before, I'll let you listen to that. This is an awesome greeting that Brandon has done. Okay, now I'm not going to go through that whole message, but I just wanted you to hear how clear and how concise Brandon's message is. So there's no misunderstanding for the caller. There's no misunderstanding for them to understand exactly what's being asked of them. At the end of that message, Brandon is telling the person whether or not if they would like to have follow-up information, please click one or press one and leave your name and number, a very good number, so I or whoever is actually running the broadcast will be able to return a call to them. And the way he says it is myself or one of my associates will return the call to you. Or he can that person, he or she, could actually press 9 and be put on the do not call list. It is that simple, guys. That simple. So I want to encourage you to use this service. Okay? Now, you might be asking me, well, Cassandra, where did you get all those leads from? I got the leads from the CEO of our company altogether, with an excellent package. If you go into our back office for our team site, you will realize that you can start for as little as $55. This right here, the simple voice box, is only $5 a month, guys. $5 a month, and I got a private number. $5 a month for to be able to retrieve and for people to leave messages. And as you could hear, it's very clear. The calls is very clear. When people leave a message, there's no static. It's very clear the service that they provide. So there's no missing any calls or anything like that, no numbers, so that you can get back to these people right away. Again, I'm using this green dialer only because the simplicity of the setup was unreal. Now each one of these tabs will show different things. Call flow. This is where I actually uploaded Brandon's press one message. That's all you would have to do. The database management. Here, right here, you can actually, this is where you would actually upload your lead that you would get from any source that you would choose. This format is phone numbers only. So I am using CSV format. It's the easiest format for those dials to go out for you. I have not tried the XLS, but the CSV I'm having awesome, no glitch, no nothing returns with that. So I just want to let you know. Telephony area, like I said, you can play with this. This is the area where you can assign your different lines that will be assigned to your calls when your calls go out. It will not be just one line where all these calls will go out, guys. You got to understand that. So the minimum is 25 lines, then 25 total license line and 25 available lines, okay? So just want to let you know that. Other than that, this has been great. I wanted to share this with you. I love how our team is growing. We're doing some phenomenal team things for our Decide Freedom team. I look forward to sharing many more tips, tools, and everything else with you guys. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm excited. I have really stepped up to the plate and done a lot of things when it came to us being able to generate as much relationships as we possibly can as we came off of our video challenge. I look forward to working with so many more of you guys. I will say this, it is phenomenal what we're doing. Please check the link below, see what I'm all about, see what I'm getting into, and I'll speak to you later. Bye for now.